BBC is a digital dollar that anyone can use. It would be released by the Federal Reserve and backed by their control. The US government would fully back it. This could be used instead of the current ways of paying. It has perks like instant payment settlement, a way to do business across borders, and making it easier for more people to get money. It's being thought about by more than 130 countries to make their own digital currencies backed by the government. In China, Russia, Saudi Arabia, and India, tests have already begun. A digital euro test run could begin as early as 2028. Since then, the US is still a long way behind, even though more and more details about digital currency are coming out. The United States Congress owns those words right there. It's very clear that XRP is legal in the US thanks to approval from Congress. It's not just for banks and trading firms. People in both the US and other countries can use XRP to make deals. The Federal Reserve in the US says this a lot. Why does this matter? They know about the change in the world. Brazil and India, Ripple is helping China and other countries make their own digital currencies that will be released by their central banks. The US doesn't want to be late to this change. Can you guess the name of the company they work with? It's Ripple. Welcome back to money, as always. China and South Africa work together to make a digital cash that all 5 countries can use. The US is going the same way. Ripple, I'll show you a film that shows how Ripple and the US Federal Reserve talked about CBDCs back in 2015. And in the past, Ripple and the US have worked together behind the scenes, as this experience shows. There was a good chance that Ripple would win the SEC case because of this relationship, even though Ripple and the SEC are in public disagreement. Do you remember how Ripple got the Federal Reserve to agree to use the FedNAV payment method? When Ripple launched their system, the Federal Reserve didn't give them direct credit, but there are hints that they may have talked about working with a blockchain company to make payments quick and easy, deals that only take 3 to 5 seconds. Before he became president, Gary Gensler talked about how the US Federal Reserve could use Ripple for a long time. Gensler had faith in the Federal Reserve, which had already added XRP and Ripple to their payment system for both local and international transactions. This happened while the SEC was suing Ripple. Allow us to now talk about recent events. Riverbank is now part of the FedNet banking system. Riverbank is a well-known company that works with Ripple to process payments. Let's break this down. It's not just a bank. Ripple's XCurrent and XRRabbit services are used by this payment provider to get cash on demand. This and that service both use XRP and its system. For the time being, Riverbank is now, and it's clear that XRP-based blockchains like FedNet, XRapid, and Ripple will play a role. This means that the FedNet payment system is ready to use XRP to meet its funding needs for international trade. So XRP will likely become more valuable as more people use and gain from it. If you have XRP and are reading this, it's good news for your investment. It's not just a sign of how useful the coin could be that banks are starting to accept XRP. It shows how business around the world is changing. As traditional banks learn how quick, cheap, and useful blockchain technologies like Ripple's are, the way things are done is changing. As well, Gary Gensler's help and what banks like Riverbank did later are only the tip of the iceberg. XRP and other, as more companies use these kinds of tools, they will have an effect on the whole financial world. We're almost done, but I have some great news for you. I have an offer for XRP to join. Just do these 3 simple things. Give this video a thumbs up, click to join, share this video with your family and friends and set alerts for it. I'll make sure these steps are taken when we pick our lucky winner. So have fun, everyone. We'll let everyone know who won when we hit 60,000 users. Let's get back to what we were talking about. People outside of the US are also seeing how useful XRP could be. We've already talked about how the US Federal Reserve is interested in it and how most people in the US want to use it. It's being looked at by countries like the BRICS and even the EU with its digital euro project. The movies we made on these subjects go into more depth about how XRP is being used in the BRICS countries and Europe's digital euro project, CBCD. In short, the US isn't just interested in XRP as a possible CBDC, as we talked about in another video. They also want to use it to speed up trades between better. This holds true for more than just CBDCs. This is true for all kinds of banks at home and abroad. Let us look at what this means for XRP's value in the time to come. More people, especially big banks like the US Federal Reserve, will use XRP, which will cause its value to change. One coin's value is largely based on how useful it is. When a digital asset like XRP is added to major banking systems, it's not just about how it makes transactions better right away. It's also about the trust and faith it builds over time. The world's money system is changing very quickly. These days, everything is done digitally, and people want to be able to send money across countries quickly and cheaply. Some cryptocurrencies like XRP have been used before and are very important. Help from big countries and banks could be what sets XRP apart from other cryptocurrencies. Now is a very important time for companies and fans. The way XRP is going now, with all of its bright futures possible with help and contacts. But it's important to stay up to date on any investment, see how things are changing, and make decisions after doing a lot of research. Is it possible for XRP to hit $10,000, 0 cents? This question has been getting a lot of attention in the crypto world. We'll get to it soon. Multinational companies, especially those in North America, are becoming more interested in the XRP system. As the world of crypto grows, digital money can now be found in over 130 countries. A lot of people point to XRP as a star. How much do you think XRP could be worth? The prices run from a shocking $10,000, 0 cents, to an amazing $35,000, 0 cents. SAMDEC operations, which are digital money that is controlled by government banks. What does this mean? As more countries use XRP to buy things from other countries, it might become the normal way to pay for things. The head of Will Hill Capital made this very clear. It would be a big deal for the world's money to move through the XKR ledger. Everyone could use it as money, even though there is a lot of XCRA available. Its value could go up because so many people want it, making it between $10,000, 0 cents, and $35,000, 0 cents. Fans and experts alike are excited to see these statements and values for experts. Don't forget that I'm not a licensed financial advisor. The facts in these movies were only meant to be fun. I always tell my viewers to research on their own and talk to experts. Thanks for hearing. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit the follow button. Also, make sure the alerts are turned on so you know right away when I add something new to the next movie. I'm excited to catch up.